The Shine On program at SUNY Plattsburgh and the New York State United Teachers Union hosted a community forum a couple of weeks ago on Governor Kathy Hochul's proposal before lawmakers this session to place new bell-to-bell restrictions on cell phones and smart devices in schools. Professors at SUNY Plattsburgh recently surveyed hundreds of parents in the North Country about their kids' cell phone and social media use and brought together a panel of experts on the SUNY Plattsburgh campus to talk about the findings of that survey, the governor's proposal, and concerns over how big of a distraction and how addictive cell phones, smart devices, and social media have become for kids.
My first question always is, what is their online life like? And my work has progressed so far that now when I interview kids, the majority of my interview to figure out why they're suicidal, why they're self-injurious, why they're socially anxious, why they're depressed, why they're truant, why they're exploited, is about what they do online and on their cell phone.
The governor's proposal is the result of a listening tour she held across the state over the past year, getting broad support from teachers, parents, and safety experts.
And the idea is that the cell phone, as I'm sure many of our experts will tell us, have created addiction. They have impacted mental health. They've impacted students' abilities to feel comfortable in the classroom because they may be videotaped, they may be receiving notices, they're clearly distracted. And in terms of all of that, the governor sort of decided that it was time to do something.
Teacher David Rounds from the Bethlehem School District talked about the impact he has seen since his district's bell-to-bell restrictions went into effect 18 months ago.
And with the cell phone usage for students, it wasn't like it was not there and then one day it appeared. It was like a slow creep in terms of usage over the years. And I think a lot of us became a little numb to how significant the problem was and how the students were disengaging from each other and disengaging with us until the problem got so bad that you couldn't ignore it anymore. And when the school district first proposed an outright ban, I thought it was overreach. I thought it was interfering on a parent's right to choose what their child should have access to, and I was wrong. There was anxiety about the policy among the parents and among the students. But the biggest piece of anxiety that the students had about the policy is they were afraid they would miss out until they realized all their friends didn't have access to the phones all day long. And when they got to the end of the day and they would check their apps when they got out of school, there was no communications because nobody else was on their phones either. And once they realized they weren't missing out on some great party without them attending, they started to relax. They'll still admit they're not crazy about the policy, but they will also admit that they're less anxious, and they themselves realize how much personal engagement they're doing now as opposed to the past.
The panel also talked about how cell phone bans are winning praise from law enforcement, who say that during school emergencies, cell phone access and outside contact can often make bad situations even worse.
When the worst things happen, they want your children paying attention to the adults in the room. They want them paying attention to the people who know where the exits are, who know how to do this. As much as we want to be there with our child in that moment, we need to make sure our child survives that moment.
Shine On released the new data from a survey of more than 600 North Country parents asking them about their children's digital media and cell phone use. You can hear more about that and watch the full 2-hour forum on our website and YouTube channel.